Hi, I'm Christina with leadsandleverage.com, and today I actually have a little bit of a different video for you. Every month this year in 2017, I wanted to give you guys kind of a different idea on how to advertise, how to promote, how to build your business. It's more on the building the business side. And this works really well. You know, obviously I focus on real estate agents. That's my background. That's my history. That's my knowledge. But this will work really well for any type of service-based business and any type of kind of big purchase business, maybe cars or anything along those lines where you want to nurture people along, maybe previous clients or prospects that have come in, etc. So this isn't just for real estate agents, although all the terminology I'm going to use is for real estate agents. And one thing I forgot to get and pull for this, and it is right here. Sorry about that, guys. One thing I forgot to pull for this, I just want you to know I am using the theme, the theory of giftology. And hopefully this is the correct direction for you guys. Giftology. And so I want to preface this with real estate agents have this tendency to want to brand everything. They want their face on everything. They want their name and phone number. They want their logo. It's all about getting that brand out there because we have this mistaken idea that just constantly putting our name out there and exposure is going to get us business. And it actually doesn't. So along these lines, I'm going to teach you how to leverage gifts, how to give gifts to stay connected with people so that there is a reciprocity going on, that they feel they feel like they want to do business with you because you have been giving them things, kind of unattached things. So we're going to use the theory of giftology, and I'm going to put a link to this book below. This is a great book. It's actually about John Ruhlin wrote it, and I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he wrote it, and he became one of the top sellers for Cutco knives. And I know that's a product that a lot of agents give out, and they put their logo on it, and you're going to learn in here, shouldn't be putting your logo on it. So anyway, if you can get your hands on this book and read it, it will change how you use gifts. You'll also be able to leverage gifts a little bit better because there is a difference between promoting and doing an event that's obviously a promotion and giving a gift. There's a big difference. So everything I'm going to show you today, excuse me, is going to be about using gifts and and I'm going to show you different gifts and give you different ideas. Now, here's the thing. I know that a lot of us as agents have it's more than just 1 or 2 or 5 or 10 people that we actually want to give gifts to. It's a lot. Sometimes it's 50, sometimes it's 100, sometimes it's 1,000. So what I did was I went through and I went, okay, what would be a logical variety of gifts to give for this month, which is January, and where could I get them? So guess what I did, you guys? I went to the dollar store. So this is kind of a dollar store haul, if you will. And I'm going to give you ideas for each thing I found. I found like 10 or 12 things that you can totally use and leverage to give as gifts. So the thing you want to think about in January, in the top 5 resolutions that people do, when people do resolutions, the top 5, two of those top five are to lose weight and to get organized. Okay, so the losing weight one probably doesn't really work for real estate. It might work for if you're a health coach or if you are a personal trainer, things like that. In fact, it will work for that. But for real estate, you probably want to focus on the get organized one because within that get organized, people want to get rid of things. They want to purge. They potentially want to sell. They might want to do repairs to their house. It's really kind of a new beginning. So you want to focus on this and you want to leverage that. You want to leverage what's going on in January, and everybody's thinking about resolutions, whether they've actually set them or not. Not only that, about 3 weeks in, most people will have dumped their resolutions. So you want to help them, not dump them. You want to help them move forward. So here's the thing. You can do some client appreciation things. You can do 3 major things. You could host a shred day at the end of the month, which would be awesome. You know, have a shred truck come and send out mail and email and invite people to bring their documents to shred. That's a big one. You could host a donation day, get a local charity that takes donations like for thrift stores and things like that. You could host a donation day for that. That would be great. Have everybody come, have representatives from the charity there, etc. Or you could even do like a got junk day. So I know that there are different junk trucks and businesses that will come, and you could just say, hey, we've got a big, huge thing. You can bring your junk, things that they don't know what to get rid of, how to get rid of, you know, broken crock pots, batteries, you know, appliances that they just can't quite put in their trash, or they can't put out. Some areas you can't put them out to be picked up. In some areas it's kind of a pain to get them to the dump because they're charged money. So you could do something like that. So that's 3 ideas that are unrelated to any gift things. Those are more of like a promotional appreciation, and it's unrelated to giftology. You're giving the opportunity for this, but also this is a good place where, yeah, you can totally promote yourself. I would completely do that. I would make sure that people know that it's you sponsoring those events. Now, the thing that I really think that you could really get into is helping people further what they're doing in their goals. And this is where that haul comes in. And I'm going to kind of walk you through a couple of random things that you could totally just buy a bunch of and take out and give out to people. And by people, I mean people that you've connected with, either past clients or people that you're working with now, or people that you've been farming, like in your farming areas. If you've been farming them, this is a good idea. This is a good farm touch because it's not promotional. Now, you're going to say who it's from, but you're not going to put your logo on anything. You are not going to put your business card in anything. This is not about you. This is a gift for them. You want them to feel like you actually thought about them, not that you're thinking about themselves. There's a completely different mindset in this. So let's just walk through a couple things, okay? And I'm going to end with the one that I think is probably the most effective, the best one. So the first one is, you know, people they have a few things. They have, a lot of them are wanting to send thank yous or etc. for things that they got, gifts that they got. So you could go to the dollar store and you can get thank yous. Let me turn that so you guys can see this. Sorry. So there's different thank you cards that you can get at the dollar store, and it's a whole pack of thank you cards. And you could go around and you could just include this with a little note. Excuse me, put it right up. You can include this with a little note to say, hey, you might have thank yous to send out. Here's a pack of thank you cards to send out to any gift recipients that might have given you things, or not gift recipients, gift givers who might have given you gifts. Have a great January. That's all you would do. You would give this in a little note, and then you can sign your name and you can put your very brief brokerage, like it would be Christina with SKE Realty Group. That would be mine. You don't need so-and-so, Jane, all 3 of your names and your team name and your brokerage name and your website. You don't need any of that. This is about them. All you want to do is a quick name, brokerage. That's it. Or name, team, whatever, super fast. And that would be on a separate little note that you give out. So here's 4 different options. There was a ton. Let me throw that around at myself. Here are 4 different options you can find at the dollar store. You can go really simple, and I'm trying to get the angles of the cameras right, guys. Sorry. Okay, lots of options here. The next thing is when people are trying to get organized, there's a few things that they often, sorry about that. There's a few things that they often need help with. And usually it's maybe organization around organization. And I know that's going to sound funny. So I have 2 different options for you for this. The first one is notebooks. You can actually give them a notebook, and here's 3 completely different ones, all from the dollar store. This one's just a spiral bound one, typical basic notebook. And then this one's actually sealed, and I'm going to open it. It's a fun one. It's a color notebook. Some people like to color. I'm just going to open it and show you guys. It's a real soft, easy to use. They can use this to keep themselves organized through their purging and organization process. And then the third one, let me open this one too. This one is spiral bound, but it also has a little rubber band to help them keep organized, or help them keep on the page that they want to be on. You can open it up, and it's just a notebook. Okay, really basic. And what I would do is I would put a little card or a little letter in with this and just say, you know, it's January. I don't know if one of your goals was to help yourself get organized, but here's a little book to just start yourself, get going. You can put your notes in here, you can put your lists in here, things that you want to get done as you're going through the organization process. But a special notebook is dedicated to that, because a lot of people will go out and do that, or they won't have something that keeps themselves organized. So you could do that. Just a little, it's just a little, hey, I'm thinking about you. If this is your goal, here's to help you, okay? The next piece to help with that would be refrigerator magnets. Now I'm talking about let me get this clear. I am not talking about the one with your logo on it. I am not talking about the ones with the team stuff. I am talking about just a cute little refrigerator magnet notepad that they can use to make lists on. So it might just be something like, are you hoping to get a little bit more organized this year? Maybe put your grocery list on here on the fridge. Now, if they have stainless steel fridges, they won't attach. So suggest that they put it on the side of the fridge. You could even give them an idea where they can get a piece like a cookie sheet and mount the cookie sheet inside a cabinet door and put this on it. That works to give them an idea on how to use this and where to use it and what to do. So these are notebooks and these are very specific. These are gifts. This is not a promotional time. So if you do have magnetic notepads, this would not be the time to be using those. This is a separate gift. This is a gift for you. And we want them to know it is truly a gift. There's no obligation to the gift. There's no my face, my name on it. Here's the thing. People are more likely to toss logo items. They're more likely to get rid of and kind of just poo-poo anything that is not about them. And with these, if you go and do this and you give them something like this, it's not about you. It's about them. Sure, you're going to say your name and you're going to say your brokerage, but it's obvious that it's about them and that you're not focusing on putting your name in front of them, if that makes sense. So this is idea number 3 with all that. Now this one's kind of a random one. I saw this and I went, oh my gosh, we always need those. People always need these things. So when people are getting organized, one of the things they like to do is they like to get rid of the cords. They like to clean up the cords. And something that they always need are, let me turn that this way, 3 prongs. Now, I mean, are multiple, whatever they called. Well, it's usually just called a multi-plug adapter, basically. Make sure you get a 3-prong so they can use it for all their devices. And you can just say this, just say, hey, if your resolution was to get organized this year, I know the one, and you can even tell them, the one thing I always struggle with is cords everywhere. And this helps. And just give this to them with a little note, just like this, in a little gift bag. That's it. It's a random little thing that people are like, oh yeah, and they can always use these. I don't think I have ever met someone who hasn't gone like, oh gosh, that's a great, I really could use that. Yeah, it's a good one. Now, this last one takes a little bit of time, just a little bit. However, once you create it for yourself this year, you've got it every single January, and it's going to utilize something else from the dollar store. So this one, I suggest that you put together a homeowner's kind of a yearly checklist. What do they need to do to maintain or help appreciate their property every month of the year? Okay, so you could just do this part of the organization, but you just put together a checklist that they can do, and then you go to the dollar store and you buy a dollar binder. There was a lot of options, so I got a lot of options, so you could see the different options. You can go kind of crazy, or you can stick to plain, just real simple plain. And when you do this, people like these things, okay? They mostly like that kind of stuff. And if you attached to this clipboard your homeowner's yearly checklist for them to help them organize their property, what months they should change their filters, what months they should clean their gutters, links to resources or little email or URL addresses to resources on how to clean their gutters, what else do they need to do, when to trim back their bushes, what month, etc. Things like that to maintain their property, that's big. And they can have this organized just like this with that checklist on it. And this one's kind of nice. It's a good size one. You could wrap it as a gift. And the little thing, if you're just insistent about having your name very small at the bottom of the checklist, not on here, at the bottom of the checklist, you can put compliments of your name and your brokerage. Don't put I love referrals. Don't put if you need to buy or sell, call me. This is not about that. This is a gift. And so that's the only time I would say, hey, put a little tiny thing on the bottom of that. That's it. That's all I would do for that. So here's the thing. If you're going to do any of these things, you need to deliver them probably before the 3rd week of January. You need to deliver them in January. If you're delivering them on the last day of January, most people are like, I'm kind of done with my resolution, meaning they just decided not to do them. So you want to deliver them as early in January as you can, preferably between the middle and the end, not the very last day, but like the last 2 weeks would be a really ideal time to deliver them. Okay. So give me ideas. If you have ideas that, oh, Christina, you could have done this, put them below. Let me know what your ideas are. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, comment, share, wherever you're watching this. But let me know if you're like, I really like this, or I've tried this and this works. Let me know. I would love to hear all of that. All right? Talk to you next time.